Today, we're going to push the limit on just how far a world can get when God abandons it. So it's time to massively inflate my playtime on Steam in WorldBox. So we've learned quite a lot from previous attempts at this. We've gone for many hundreds of thousands of years, but we've never hit the million. So today, we're going to hit that million. And by today, I mean today for you. For me, it's going to be, I don't know, a week, probably, maybe more. Who knows? So, let's start a new world. Now, for what we've learned before, it doesn't really matter this part. I think we'll just go for just a regular-ass continent. Now, for size, you'd think if I want to run for a long, long time with lots of evolutions and lots of stuff happening, small would be best. However, counterintuitively, small is actually more risky. So, from what I understand, the way this game works is that in order to have stuff happen, like meteors and other random events, you need a certain amount of civilizations and a certain amount of population. With a large one, that's fine, but the problem with a large one is a large population slows the game down and causes loads and loads of problems. A small one obviously reduces those problems. You're not going to have as much population. However, if it's too small, one thing will take over the world, not form any cities, and then no random events happen, and it just spirals out of control. We're going to go with standard here. The rest of this should be fine. We kind of want maybe some low and high ground. We don't need the forbidden settings, but I'll turn them on anyway because it'll be fun. Now, we need to go into the world laws. This is where it's very important. So, Gaia's Covenant is mandatory. With all of the random evolution stuff, one of the things that can happen is exploding population. Basically, people get born and then they die, they explode. That destroys the world. If there's not enough land mass at all, nothing can make any cities, and that's when population goes out of control. Do we want glitch new sphere? Sure, why not? I think we want as much silly stuff as we can, like Gene Spaghetti, new species are born with random stuff. I'm hoping that one change is going to make this easier. We don't really need any of this. Rat King, cool evolution events. There's one here, which we definitely want. Handsome migrants. Yes, we want that to make sure that things can still happen even if lots of population is dead. Have some armies. Hunger, old age. Yes. This is, I don't know what that does. This is actually quite interesting. Lot of desert. And then there's like this little bit here. Then many trees. A little bit of flowers over there. What we need to do to try and make sure this runs for as long as possible is this. Basically, this is what happens every few hundred years or whatever. It will change age. So it goes from the age of hope into the age of tears, hope, random, hope. What's that? Dark, and then a random one again. The issue is that if it gets cold, the cold ones spawn. And when the cold ones spawn, game over. They just do not die. They become immortal, and because there's nothing to heat them up enough with random ages, a cold one will come around. And there's loads more cold ones, even the ones you don't think might be cold. Like Age of Dark is cold, Age of Tears is cold, Age of Moon is cold, Age of Despair is cold, Age of Ash is cold, Age of Ice is cold. The only ones that are warm are like Chaos, Sun, Wonders, and Hope. So this time, if we want to get 1,000,000 years, we're going to have to give our population some hope. Every age is going to be hope. There's going to be no chaos, no wonders, nothing like that. It's just all going to be nice and pleasant, with the caveat that the forbidden settings are on and everything is completely insane in terms of evolution. But, you know, that's the small thing. Small price to pay for living in this hell that I'm going to create and then abandon for 1,000,000 years. So the other thing, I think, we'll probably drop one monolith right in the center. That monolith may or may not get destroyed at some point, but it just helps speed up some evolutionary stuff. Will I regret that? Quite possibly. Now we can unpause and we can see things start to spawn in. Oh, there's one. There we go. So, Bonios. Bonios, isn't that like a dog treat? Here we go. So we've got some demons. Like, are they demons or are they like scorpion people? What are they? They're noisy. They're like scorpion people. That's cool. There's scorpion people there. We've got some rabbit people there. We've got some bone people there. We've got some crab people. Crab people is the other one. We've got to be careful of the crab people. Ooh, some regular ass scorpions. Not even scorpion people. Now, the next part of this, and the part that's going to be fun, is not changing the brush size. I've forgotten the button. So with the debug menu, which you can get, I've turned this up to max speed. This is pretty quick. We're getting, what, a year every second? So 1,000,000 seconds? That's not that long. Right? 1,000,000 seconds is like almost 2 weeks, I think. So this is still going to take a while, even if it doesn't slow down. The problem is that sometimes it slows down. So you can see here, safety population and mobs. The safety population will usually keep itself in check with wars and stuff, but if they don't form cities, or if there's only one city, or something happens weird with some of the mobs, if the mobs accelerate and they don't form cities, they just breed forever. And that's a problem. And so the next thing to do is just leave this to run for 1,000,000 years plus, potentially. Oh, there's already been a war. Look at that. Leave this running for 1,000,000 years, get loads and loads of hours on Steam, so it looks like I really enjoy this game, when realistically I just leave it on my computer while I do a load of other stuff, and we'll come back and try and discover what happened. Hopefully, year 100 will turn into year. Well, shit, that didn't take long, did it? Year 696 is already completely lagged out. What happened? I literally looked over and said, oh, things have been going well. Looked over again, and I cannot even zoom in. What is this? Who are these? Who are you? Who are you that is ruining me? What are you? Oh, you're all very upset. I can tell you that. Why did I select so many things? What's this status? Soul harvested. Soul is ready for the next journey. What? You have a lot of stuff already. Jesus. All right, let's pick one that's a bit more on its own. You. Stop. Stop. Right. Pause. Jesus. That's a lot of health. Right, let's find one of these ones that have got like a weird status. Sleeping. That's not weird. You're allowed to sleep. Stunned. You're allowed to be stunned. Here we go. The Rainer. Weightless, fireproof, freeze-proof, healing aura, super health. Okay, great. Look at the family. Yes, that's a lot of That's too many children. How did this go so wrong so quickly? Not that it's all my fault for putting the forbidden settings on and also rampant evolution. It's clearly something's gone wrong with the game, not me. Here's the species. We have bad genes. Good. They turn to mithril upon death. Oh, that's probably it. Fission reproduction. I think I need to turn off the thing that makes it so these can go on anything, because I think that's where it all goes wrong. Reproduced by channeling harvested souls into new life of their own. Okay, yeah. Like, it looks like a bloody wall, like a aqueduct, a bridge of lines. And it all just happened down here. Everywhere else, is that happening up here as well? What are you? You're like a beetle person with a ton of things. All right. I've seen enough. I'm not even gonna try and unpause. I was gonna say I've seen enough. I was gonna blow stuff up, but honestly, it's not worth it. That was 13,000 deaths in 700 years. That's a lot. All right, let's try this one again. All right, this one might be interesting. Got lemons in it. It's basically lemons versus forest. There's a little bit of stuff elsewhere. Quite a plain-looking world, but you know what? Plain is what we need just to try and get through it. Maybe all hope is a mistake, but the main mistake, I think, was turning some of this stuff on. So let's do that again. These two, I think I'm going to keep off to try and see what happens. I think I need drop of thought, though. That was the thing that I didn't put on last time. So probably what I'm going to do is turn this on to start with to get things going, and then turn it off after that. But I feel like that should be it. Just as an experiment to see what happens. We have some sapient population. There we go. So scorpions have become a thing. And gone immediately. Great. We need some cities. We need some things. Here we go. Whoa. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, everyone decided to do it all at once. That's fine. We'll wait 100 years. Let's wait for 100 years, and then I'll turn off the life-giving cloud and just see if the rest of this population will intermingle and do stuff. Otherwise, there'll be random stuff popping up all the time, and that's probably more likely to cause infinite ghost spawners or something. Still plenty of war going on, at least. Got some humans over this side, orcs over this side. Bloody Warcraft. Wake up, sheeple. That was a terrible joke. I apologize. Actually, you know what? I don't apologize. Fuck you. Looks like the monkeys are taking over. Yeah, so bear in mind, this took about a minute and a half to get to 100 years, right? That times 6 was enough to completely annihilate the world. And so far, they blew it up. God damn them, this is Planet of the Apes. Let's now turn this off and let that go and see what happens. Well, that didn't take long at all, did it? We finally made it. We're in the year 1,011,666. About to go to 67. God damn it, why did I start recording now? A lot's happened in the past million years, and this took a lot longer than I thought. Obviously, back of the napkin maths, I thought a million years, a year a second was about a million seconds, which is like 11 days. Of course, that's not really how it works, as soon as the game starts to render anything, that 1 second becomes closer to 2. So this took about 24 days. I'd leave my computer on during the heat wave. That wasn't fun. So what's been going on in this world? Well, first of all, as you can see, meow. We have the nations of meow, 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 and meow. These three are all exactly the same name, but they are actually different. The kings are all cat names, basically. The clans, cultures, language, that's all. It all stayed cats. Because everything was in hope and there was no other weird mutations, it kind of stayed the same, except for one major thing. As we got towards the first 100 years, you noticed that most population were monkey people. Now it is all garlic and has remained garlic for nearly 600,000 years. The youngest of all of these nations is actually this one here at 429,000. The population has maintained. I've been having this on in the background and kind of looking over every so often. So I've noticed that this status quo has happened and these nations have remained the same borders for pretty much half of the million years. However, what does keep happening is they're all just bickering. What this has become is a world full of garlic people bickering. You can see here the alliances. This is currently in the Strong Union. The time of the alliance is about 3,000 years. So that is this orange team here, this grey team here, and I think this light blue and the yellow are in our legion, and this darker blue is in Strong Union. No, lighter blue. This is a lighter blue color with a darker blue name, but this is a darker blue with a lighter blue name. Anyway, the point is they've had a alliance for about 3,000 years. That's quite a long time for these alliances. Usually they break up after about 500 years. These two nations here, this grey one and this orange one, which the grey one bisects the orange one, they usually end up in the same alliance eventually. This one always seems to be left out as the biggest one, and then these, sometimes there's like one entire alliance and then these are left out. Sometimes everyone's in the alliance and it will just break down constantly. Kings also die a lot, but more often than not, the kings just abandon their nations and have to replace them. There's also something else on this map that I'm very, very curious about. This tornado here. That tornado has been there for 700,000 years. I don't know if this is the game just breaking down, and if I zoom in, it's actually just a visual glitch, but it used to be there were tornadoes all over the place, and not really many other disasters, because we're in the age of hope, and there's not much going on. Not many disasters. We'll get to some disasters in a moment. But that tornado, I hope when I zoom in, is going to stay there, because, and I believe it is. Let's actually slow down time. Let's go back to like a normal time, so we can kind of see things happening in normal action. This tornado is real, and has been here for 700,000 years. And I mean, looking at it, I mean, that's on fire, which isn't great. But they have quite a lot of good society going on. It's all become garlic place. There's just a hand, I guess. There's boats. But the other thing, if I zoom out and I go back to fast speed again, something else you might notice that happens. Like there. There's actually a small tornado. There's actually quite a lot of small tornadoes. There's also a lot of explosions. Like over here, look. Just near constant explosions everywhere on the map. I mean, everyone seems to just be fighting constantly. It's just a wild thing, but no one's going to war with each other. They're just fine with it. I think now that I've zoomed in and slowed the game down, more tornadoes are happening, unless someone's like summoning stuff. Okay, I can see that people have a lot of buffs. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's find out more about these nations and these people by going down into the statistics.
All statistics. They're watching. You know.
Let's first look at subspecies. This is going to be the most interesting one. We're going to sort by the number of members. Should we sort? Actually, we'll sort by age. Let's sort by age. So there's actually okay, there's actually a lot of... Why is that one 100,000k? But there's actually a lot of different... Oh my god, there's loads of different garlic men. What the hell? Why are there so many different ones? Why, what? Okay, so something's still small. There's 3 types of vampiric rat that have appeared in the past 12 years. Not going to last long. But the only sentient species now are a lot of varieties of garlic. How many, like, population-wise? 50, 50, 50, 50. They all roughly have about 50 as well. They're all... This one has a slight... has slightly more, 79, but they're all roughly 50. They've all kind of split off into different things. They're all slightly different, I think. Do we have any and yeah, the 3 rats are the non-sapient. There's been a lot of deaths. Yeah, there's like 33. God, that number again. 33 different types of garlic people. Right, let's go into the languages. There is one language that's been there the whole time. There are 24 books. That's cool. We'll find out about books later. Cultures, 1 culture. It was started by the cat people 1 million years ago, and the garlic people have maintained it ever since. The crabs, they made the religion. So it's a crab religion and a cat ethos. And clans-wise, yeah, it looks like basically the clans around the time maybe that they started their nations. So this is a relatively new clan. Only 25k, only 25,000 years old. Kingdoms. Yeah. That's about right. The land knows only quiet and peace. Really? Okay, fine. World history. Yes, you can see that king dies, abandons, dead, abandoned. So kings are being replaced. So they're not immortal. That's the main thing. They're not immortal. If they were immortal, the population would grow massively. But actually, the population is maintained pretty consistently here. No changes to cities. No changes to kingdom. No wars. No clans. And seemingly no disasters. Wild. That's all that. That's families. Okay, this family has a different name. Nonk Kit. So that's the rats. They have a different name as well. So the rats will have different names. But this one here, it's because this Wait, what? This family had to... Okay, so some families are... There's some new families, but something tells me that this has been happening a lot. Families are probably being made here and dying out because of the dominant family. This family has had 20 million births and 20 million deaths. This one family, I think, might be the entire population. Right. Well, is there a family tree? Can I do family trees? Let's pick this guy because he seems to be at the top. He's the top child. Any adults? Do they need an adult? It does seem to break down somewhat. They're also in different nations, I think. Some of them are different colored names. No wonder they're all bickering. It's just this is just a garlic family squabble this entire time. My god, I think this is going by age, right? So let's go to you. We'll look at that in a sec. Can we find out your genealogy? You have no children and no parents. That's not helpful. Let's look at main information then. You're not happy because you fought a lot. My God, you fought a lot and got injured. I mean, taking the nap was probably the best thing you could do, mate. You have a lot of mana, stamina, hunger. You've consumed no food. How old are you? Before 155, you've never eaten. I see. I will be back 41 minutes ago. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, and then 38 minutes ago, you did come back. You lost a fight. You have 1 speed. I mean, you're coming up to your lifespan. Have you killed anyone? No, you've never killed someone. I've given birth, though. But apparently you don't have children. I guess they died. Generation 7,800. Yeah, that's all the same. They're one of these slightly different subspecies. Let's actually have a look at that subspecies. Shelter is scarce. No, no, no. You have a population of 48. There are 3 children here. Yeah, that's all good. So let's see what you got. You eat fish. They reproduce by leaving behind a sapling that grows and eventually uproots. That's probably what has caused this, is that it's just plants. High fecundity? Fecundity? I don't know. Well, editor Paul, work out what that means. They convert sunlight into energy. This is the problem. This is what stopped everything getting out of control. Their population is limited to 50, so they evolve to be able to have new population. That's quite interesting. Long gestation. They have a stomach. Grants this species the ability to feel emotion, especially happiness, showing their behaviors. They're a happy lot. Oh no. Their children inherit all biological traits from their parents. Yeah, okay. They're able to develop cultures and religions. Well, they didn't do that. They can use tools. They can learn languages. They live a long time. Uses stones and minerals for food. Okay. Even though they primarily eat fish, which is probably why that guy never ate. He was very confused. Prone to inherit mental instability and could go mad. Big appetite. Again, didn't eat food. Silently alters the dreams of others, spreading their language, culture, or religion. Hyper intelligent, in fact, and they glow in the dark. No villages. Interesting. No kingdoms. So these are, like worldless. I guess that's all the grey ones. Yeah, these ones have no home. Let's look at one with a home. Is there anything different here? Oh, we actually look at this individual guy. So he has a bow. This is nice. He is immune to poison. He restores health. He's fertile, content, honest, paranoid, pacifist, lustful, soft-skinned, flesh-eater, genius, boosted vitality, ugly, that's a shame, fast, gluttonous, lucky, weak, short-sighted, immune, tiny but fat, long liver. Oh, as in, like, they live a long time, not they have, like, their liver is stretched. I mean, long life probably would have been a better, whatever. Heals over time when it's with sunlight. Harvests bones and leather from defeated enemies. They're tough. They're mute. They're a psychopath. They're a night child, a moon child, a hot-headed pyromaniac miner. They're a hot-headed, psychopathic, pyromaniac pacifist. Just like all of us, I think, just a little bit. They haven't killed anyone. Hence they're pacifist. Their generation 8,723. They're 50 kilos, so they are large. Home village is here. I can locate their exact house, actually. Ooh, that'd be fun. They live here. Exactly right here in the north area in this kingdom here. Meow. I'm actually just to kind of look here. So they've got quite a lot of villages. You know, they've got a good stockpile of stuff here. That's all very cool and interesting. I think the other thing we want to look at, actually, there is a notable people somewhere. I can find it. Oh, we should look at armies, actually. So there are some armies. They do have armies. It looks like, yeah, it looks like they haven't had armies for long. They probably like build and break armies all the time. But this army's done gangbusters. 1,000 kills. Good lord. There's a way to do it. Is it in here? Where is it, do we think? It might be within here, actually. Like, there's probably I think there's a notable, yeah, interesting creatures. Wish I could do this for like all populations, but we'll do it like one at a time. Most known. He's known for being on fire. Biggest level 17, oldest 104, youngest 2, happiest, saddest, fullest, smartest, dumbest. Yeah, makes sense. Fastest, strongest, weakest, most health, least health. No, I'm sure there's a most, unless none of them have killed anyone. That might be the reason why. We go back to subspecies. Let's look at the one with the top number of members, which is this one here. Most known 105. He is the king. Biggest level 32 with 1 kill. Oldest at 370. Youngest, here we go. Most kills 5. What you got? You got Hithead, Splendid Atunda. These were crafted recently. This steel bow is only 100 years old. Legendary armor, 24,000 years old. Okay, so I need to try and find, there's got to be an easy way to do this. I need to find the armor or the piece of equipment that is the oldest. That would be interesting. He loves bread. Our boy Meow Meow loves bread. I wonder if that would be the king then. What's he got? Nothing super old. Excruciating head box. He's currently swearing and on social recovery. That makes a lot of sense. He's just absolutely, he's had a social interaction. Now he's just mad.
Fuck! 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 Fuck!
Okay, I've been looking for a little while, and I think I found the oldest thing. This ring desire is 45,870 years old. I can reforge it. I can make it eternal. I can make it cursed. So, Can we see... No, I don't want to transmute it. Kind of want to see the history of this thing. I guess I can't. It's held by this guy, Meow Meow. Obviously, that's his name because there are no other names. And this person's killed 4, which... Looking around, that's a high number. I think the highest kills I've seen someone have is 7. They have a child, and that child has been passed down some very good, exceptional faceplate. So I guess this is the family to look out for with all of their fancy equipment. Statistics.
Vital statistics.
Let's have a look here. We like looking at statistics. It has been 1,000,000 years. No infected. Houses are fine. Beasts are fine. Trees are fine. 1 island. 20 million, or 21 million births. 5 million creations, 675,226 subspecies created, 18 languages created and 17 forgotten. That was probably all at the start. Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. Nearly 900,000 families created, all but 9 of them have been destroyed. Same with clans, same with cultures. Oh my god. They wrote and burnt a lot of books, but at least they read them. 779 kings created, 22 cities. So they created the cities and then stopped. I don't think there has been much change in the number of cities. They've been conquered and rebelled, and alliances made and dissolved. Wars started, peace made. Most populated village is here. This is the biggest village. Okay, that has more people than that, but that's bigger. That's the most populated kingdom. Yeah, these cultures have been around for the whole time. That's the oldest clan. Deaths from natural deaths, deaths from hunger. Creatures eaten is quite high. No plague, poison, infection, tumor, or acid. Out of 25 million deaths, 18 million of them were burned. There's been fire all over the place. I think they are quite flammable. 44 died to divine intervention. I don't know what this means. I've not touched this. What does this mean? Only you know what you did, but you probably don't remember it. Correct! I don't remember it. What did I do? Gravity won 63,000 times, 54,000 drowned, quite a lot from explosions. A lot of evolutions, a lot of houses destroyed, a lot of kings destroyed. Not many cities destroyed. That's the interesting one. And I don't think much has changed in terms of, I guess, garlic is the thing that accelerated. Graphs time.
Look at this graph.
We love a good graph. Let's turn everything off just so we can get to a good base. You can go 50,000 years back. So this is the one thing is a lot of this is going to be very much flat. Well, I say that and then look. So you can see the current name of the world is World Safety Save 990 because I didn't know if at 1 million this would crash and that would be a nightmare for me. There's been a slight population spike. That's just because of the closeness to those numbers. That'll flatten out. I guess this is over time, so there's probably... What is this? Beasts? Yeah, they're probably slaying some beasts. That beast population will rise back up and average out. Same with the trees, the vegetation. Oh, interesting. There was one war that ended. It didn't tell me about the war. Let's go back into the world history. Will you tell me about the war? I kind of flick back and forth. No, you won't tell me. You just refuse. Rude. Yeah, alliances just... They're changing constantly. But they're not been burning many books recently, I guess. 500 every 5,000 years? That's not that bad. Not reading any, though, are they? Or writing. One village has been destroyed recently. Yeah, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. I'm just trying to find anything, really. So we know a lot burnt to death. It just seems to be just a constant problem in this world. That this world is just one large garlic family bickering and burning and sometimes exploding. Yeah, so the actual amount of garlic land does flicker back and forth. I can get it to 100,000 years. I don't know why I didn't go one further. There's been no singularity swamp, no paradox. So to be fair, this is over time. So that's probably, if you stretch this out to 10,000 years, that will level out. But at the moment, they're in a farming phase, I guess. Why are you guys fighting? What's going on down here? Hey, they're angry? They're all angry. They're just kind of fighting each other. Let's just watch this, see what happens. They're not doing much damage to each other. They're just fighting. And because they all regenerate in the sun, that they're just not... Oh, these two are fighting now. They're just fighting constantly. It really is just garlic bickering. What are you doing? You're building. You're building something. Oh, you're building a house. That's nice. You are training. You have some equipment here. Relatively, well, I was going to say relatively new. That one's 84 years old. That one's 6,000 years old. Imagine having wearing a piece of armor that is 14,000 years old. Good lord. Everyone is just fighting. Let me see if I can wait for an explosion to happen somewhere. See if I can zoom in quick to see what's going on with it. There. Fire. What the hell? What's going on? Why is everyone burning? What are they fighting? This person. What did this person do to be beaten up on so hard? What is happening? That one's like just question mark, question mark, question mark. It's sprouting. That's just a new birth. Right in the middle of the fire. No wonder so many things burn to death. Every so often they just decide to go scorched earth. Someone died there. They're just so angry. Oh, this one's about to die, I think. Yep. Bizarre, because they're not even at war. They're just bickering amongst themselves. It's so weird. What else do we want to know? Population pyramid. There's someone who's 37,000 years old. There's one person. Oh, here's the thing I want, actually. This is the interesting people across everything. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, is this like... No, this is untrue. What do you mean there's a person that's that old? The oldest person, according to this, is 625. Biggest level, 50. What does that do? What does that give you? How does that work? Look at As Oz the Village. Founder Dzep in the year 22. Only 30 past leaders. I assume that cuts out at some point because there's got to be within way more than that. No tax, no tribute. They were founded by orcs all that time ago. Okay, let's see what the clan gives. Flesh weavers, their bodies heal with unnatural speed, and female members channel greater magical powers. That's what the clan gives them. The religion gives them sharp divine angles to judge your enemies. So that's probably where divine interventions come in. That's where all the tornadoes have come in, because they summon tornadoes. Empower followers to maintain structure, control, and organization of all aspects of life. I see. Woohoo. Language. The musical language. No, not the ice people again. No. Culture prevents cultural, religious, and linguistic conversion. That makes sense. Xenophobic. They love swords. They like to be alone. That's why they're fighting though. They just want everyone to leave them alone. They focus solely on maintaining their legacy. So they don't want to change ever. And their children work early. They send the children to the mines because that's tradition. The Alliance. We are axe and cool. Very interesting. Yeah, I think what I can do now, actually, if I go into this screen. Village layer, so we can see where all the villages are. Yeah, not actually, like each nation has maybe one village there, one village there, one village there. Because they can't increase their population anymore, so there's no point. That tornado is wild. That's such a weird thing to have happened. I swear that happened about 3,000 years or 300,000 years. We have the clan layout. Makes sense. The religion, yeah, culture, the language, family, and the subspecies. So I think the subspecies, it's pretty much divided by nation, which is quite interesting. There's like a bit of mixing in there, but it seems like it is pretty much divided by nation. Where are the kings? Kings are all over the place. They're all relatively happy. There are the armies. Ooh, these two are. Hang on, what's going on over here? Oh, there is a fight going on down here. My God. Fighting. Yes, that's the strong union and our legion. This usually breaks up. Ooh, look, there's like a tornado fight down here. Tornado fight! And more fire, obviously. That's probably how gravity won as well. Okay, so that's all well and good, right? But there has now been essentially 1 million years of peace. Let's change things up a little bit. Let's see how long it's going to take for things to go wrong. I don't want to do any of this stuff just yet. The next thing I'm going to do is go into here and randomize it. Let's see what happens when they have a little bit of sun and then a little bit of absolute nightmare. And we can let this go for a cycle, let's say. Okay, immediately there was madness. And immediately a wild mage has appeared. So basically the time of peace, and now it's all going wrong. It's perfect. And that's just one one age of sun has caused all this. Let's see if we can find one of these mages. Where are you? I zoomed in here. It zoomed me in here and then and now I can't see it. Am I blind? Well, maybe it's gone. Next time I see one, I'll try and catch it. There, Amoldus. There you are, you little shit. Oh, okay, slow down. Slow down, buddy. Oh, is he dead already? Oh, they defeated him. That was quick. Spore Lore, here you are. You're in the water. My God, they are very good at dealing with these mages that appear. Pumpkins have appeared. Pumpkins have appeared to fight the garlic. That's gonna be interesting. More madness. See if we can catch it. There's some garlic. Or some pumpkin. Why? My God, they instantly tornadoed. Attractive, fat, bloodlust, thorns, weak, hard skin. They're stunned. A lot of fire. A lot of arrows coming in. They're not even firing at it's just firing at the garlic. I don't even know where this guy went. He's just gone. No, I can't see where I can probably do the... Where is it? Oh, too late. I wanted to follow him on the map, but it's too late. This is actually... Oh, yeah. So this is actually like the tornadoes. That was the thing that confused me. I saw loads of tornadoes, but I never saw the actual notification about it. So that's just them summoning tornadoes. This is real tornadoes. Demons have invaded and have been subsequently immediately destroyed. I don't want to get to the age of ice just yet. So let's change... Let's do the other experiment here. Let's do... that. Not that one for now. But let's do the ones so that as they spawn, things get worse. And we'll go back to all good so they can have their normal life back. See what happens when... I could have just paused on the Age of Hope the whole time. I don't know why I didn't do that. Anyway, let's go back to their normal thing. Just see what happens if the genes start to go a bit wild. Maybe that'll cause some inner turmoil. So I'll leave that for a little bit and I'll be back momentarily. Okay, so let this go for a little while. Not a huge amount of time. I think the problem is anytime anything new happens, they're dying, or it's not changing quick enough. And I don't want to spend another million years. So let's speed this up a little bit. So we've got those world laws. Let's put some thoughts into their brain, let's say. Drop of thoughts. Sapient beings now fall gently via the clouds of life. And whilst we're there, let's also do Random ages. So that's a lot of despair. That's maybe too much despair. How about we do this? I've not really experimented with this before. 20 times age speed, random ages. We'll start with that one. So clouds are going to drop sapient beings, which can be wild and crazy. There's no population limit now. There was never a population limit. The Garlic imposed their own population limits. So let's see what happens. Each age lasts not long. 5 years? That might be too... That might be too quick. That might be too quick. maybe times 5. Maybe times 5. Because otherwise, it just nothing will happen. That's a bit better. Maybe I'll see you in 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. Who knows? Hopefully not too long. I've got shit to do and I need to restart my computer at some point. Okay, it's not been that many years. I have had to slow down the ages because they just weren't doing anything. But all I seem to be doing is increasing the population. That's all that seems to be happening. And so I think it's time to get a little bit more involved. Here it is. I found it. And I've punched a microphone. Spite, inspiration, Discord, whispers of war. That's what we're looking for. Let's just, you know, war. Let's just start wars everywhere. I don't know if this is working. See what happens if we start a few wars. Yeah, let's go to war with all your killing stuff. Yes. We can even look at the village layer to see where the combat is. Okay, so yes, they finally took over one of their neighbors. Finally having some interesting things happening. Is it lowering the population? No, not really. This kingdom, one of the older kingdoms, is finally going. It's happening. We're destroying things. Oh, they took it back. Fair enough. Oh, one of the wars has ended. Which war is that? Oh, God. Okay, slow down. It looks like a king that has gone. This one has taken over. The blues have combined, which is probably what the one that was ended. Okay, I need to not do that. I also want to show you in the subspecies tab. So it's sort by age. Newest. Yeah, basically there's like some rat people. There's just a lot more different types of garlic. That was all that was happening. I tried my best, but all I did was just make a lot of different garlic. There are some angles. Where can I find these angles? They are hungry and dumb. Okay, the problem is the population of the actual kingdoms is decreasing quite rapidly, but not the overall population. So that's an interesting one. This one should go, and that would be the last war, because I don't think these two are actually at war. I am now concerned that the majority of the population is not within any of these kingdoms. But let's just see what happens. Maybe they'll sort themselves out. But what's the most dominant species now? Who has the most members? It's still this. So this one, the relatively new one, has quite a lot of members. But again, they stopped themselves at 50. I think they still have that. This minimal population limit is the thing that's killing them. But there's just so many different types of them that they all reach about 50 and stop. And nothing else can really get involved. Like the next thing is this Rattus one with 4. Like maybe they'll destroy themselves eventually. But and they immediately found... Wait. Didn't it say there was a... I did read that, right? Crab Conclave. There's an alliance between Meow and Meow Meow. So normally it would say... Oh, there it is. Their time alliance is 1 according to this. The actual alliance has been around for 8. What's the third kingdom? Wait, what? What third kingdom? What are you talking about? Am I blind? Oh my god. Wait, no, look. There's 2 kingdoms that are still alive. They just have no land. What? This King Meow. He's the last one of his kind. He has no home, but he is keeping the kingdom alive. Is that the same for this one? It is. This King Meow, with his legendary equipment, is currently... He's taking root. Okay, we need to follow this. That sounded really insane that I needed to. We need to watch this guy breed. Well, I need to do that. I see. Null reference exception. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. It's got something to do with the fact that this guy is a kingdom... Is a guy in a kingdom without a kingdom? Yeah, because look at the... Down here, you can see there's no traits in the kingdom. So it's like a null kingdom. Oh, I can't just close it. It's actually fine. Anyway, I think the game is starting to fall apart. So let's cut it there. We try to solve the family squabble, but all our intervention just seems to be making it worse. Which was kind of the point, but also kind of not. There's a lot of bubbles going on around here. What's this? What is shielding? What are power-ups? You're playing, but explain yourself. Apparently, every time I poke that, it causes damage. This is one of the newer subspecies, right? I miss being a kid already. Don't we all? Meow meow 38 male. Don't we all?